20s to
Hmm.
early 30s are really, they love talking about psychology and
Hmm.
understanding their mental health and are really embracing it. And I'm curious where you feel this is headed, because it's fascinating to me. I think it's really amazing that people are courageous because older generations don't are afraid of maybe a diagnosis or any of those kinds of things. Younger generations like wants to own it.
Hmm.
But yeah, where do you feel this is heading? And then do you feel that there's the potential to encourage people to move beyond maybe what they've self-diagnosed or a diagnosis towards well-being? Because I'm from the philosophy that it's more an imbalance and you come into balance. Oh, that's an overarching generalization, but yeah, we can come into
Hmm.
to balance.
Yeah, I like what you're positing and what you're pointing to. I have thought a fair bit about this. Younger folks being or working on your mental health, the mental health even being a thing you know is a thing, let alone pay attention to it and try to help it be better. It's so much more normalized, which is phenomenal at a baseline level. It's just an amazing thing to watch this generation sort of feel like it's their birthright to have a therapist or a healer or some kind of guide for their lives. Where I get a little troubled, you pointed to it as self-diagnosis. Part of the information age is that we have way too much access to information. So people pretty consistently throw around terms like borderline personality disorder or narcissistic personality disorder, and they're diagnosing left and right. And I've been really careful with diagnosis in my career. I can count on one hand with hundreds and hundreds of people that I've worked with that I've actually spoken a diagnosis. And I thought long and hard about it because it has such an impact, as you probably know, and practitioners probably know. It can be liberating. Oh my God, now everything makes sense, like someone say with adult ADHD or someone who's diagnosed with bipolar 2. And it clicks. They're like, oh my God, I feel seen. I feel like I'm not crazy. It can be that. And in my experience, more often, it is something for people to hang their identity on. Now they're this, and they clutch to it. This is who I am, so therefore I get a free pass in social spaces, or I get a free pass in my intimate partnership, or I get a free pass with my boss. This is just who I am. I just have impulses, and I tell you to go screw yourself, and that's you're gonna have to get used to it. So I do see a danger there, where
Yeah.
there's birthright and there's entitlement, and the nuance between those poles. So because I do see a trend where it isn't necessarily I'm doing the work so I can heal. It's I'm doing the work so I can say I'm doing the work, and I have a place to dump, vent, complain, and some work probably happens almost invariably if you continue to show up. And if the motivation is corrupt, well, the work will necessarily be corrupt.